Recycling out my potting soil. As you can see this stuff's just beat. It's probably half cocoa coir anyway, and probably the other half is like oh wow, there's the camera. Hi. Pretty crusty shit anyway. Got a lot of cocoa coir. I'm just gonna mix this in with some actual dirt. Put this back in there. Just dump them in there like that. Oops. Oh. Yep, there we go. Close them holes again. Ready to fill up. Yeah, this is I probably should have scraped the bottom to get all that stuff that got rained in for 2 days loose. So let me do that. I did the bean test on the cow manure, and the beans still look fantastic. So, I gotta go in there and grab some of that. I'll be right back. Hoo-wee, poo-tinky. Poo-tinky. Yeah, put that back in there. Alright. Now I gotta chop that in. They've been soaking for probably 2 months now, honestly. Almost 2 months. They were good hard chippies when they were brought to me. Good and dried out. Let's see if we can mix this. The chickens have done a real good job at cleaning this stuff up. Just gotta make sure you get it all cut in real good. Like I said, this stuff was already dried, and I put it in the little kiddie pool in there in the chicken area, and they've been cleaning it and cleaning it and cleaning it. So any larvae that were dormant and gonna come out of it have. Man, chicken do a lot of work for me, actually. Over here. Oh, there we go. There we go. I've been beating the shit out of this $3 hoe for a whole lot of years. Got a $30 hoe up there that didn't last a year. But this expert gardener got these on sale for $3 a piece. Me and my buddy, when she moved down here, moved back over here and bought the house that they're in now, she said, "Will you take me to go get on?" Hell yeah. Let's rock that out. So we did. Oh. Alrighty. Now, let's see here. Yeah. I'll throw this little bit of this Miracle Grow in here. And people might say, that's not organic. Yeah, it might not be. But most of the stuff that they say is organic isn't. Not really. They pay money to get a rating. The difference is I don't use poisons and so many nasty things. People use weed and feed, which is atrazine. Yeah. Grazon. There's just so many nasty poisons. Glyphosate. So many. One thing I can say about Miracle Grow potting soil is the quality with the exception of last year because there's so many people hitting them. The quality is always consistent with Miracle-Gro products, whereas if you buy I bought the organic from Lowe's. I bought 2 bags of it because it was a good price. It was mostly sand, plastic, and other weird fibers. That's what the organic potting soil was. So again, I'm pretty sure that the that the sand was organic, but that plastic wasn't. It was not. So I'm just gonna mix a little bit of this in there. I have been using Miracle-Gro stuff my whole life. The best gardener I ever saw in my entire life, other than my grandmother, was Mama Jo Osteen. That woman had the most beautiful gardens always. Could grow anything. Oh my gosh. She was awesome. She was awesome. And she swore by Miracle-Gro. Now, I'm going to let this sit for a few minutes. I'm going to go get up some planters. I've got to figure out what I'm going to plant my strawberries in, because I've got like 40 rescue strawberry plants that I have to hurry up and do something. I had to unpack them, hose them off, get them super clean, then let them lay out and dry out in the sun today till they are crispy, and then immediately wash them down. And now I've got them in water, so hopefully they'll be okay. The ones I got from Tractor Supply and the ones that I let sit in this glass when the water went rancid. So that was my own fault, but that was 19 plants or 20 plants. Right on. That's good stuff right there. That is real good stuff. So I got to get some of this and take it out front for V to put on the put in her little raised bed for the dragon fruit trellis. I actually need to make her another little raised bed to go around the bottom of her trellis, the other one, and I am going to make her 2 more of those trellises, but all that'll be on in Dot Miller's custom stuff. This stuff, man, them little beads right there last a long time in that, and when they do pop, they just pop a little bit of feed into it. Good stuff, good stuff. Alright y'all, I got this soil mixed up. It's not even a quarter of a bag of the Miracle-Gro potting mix. The mix that was in these pots anyway, which was half cocoa coir and half my custom mix, which is probably very similar to this mix right here. And then, yeah, this tub right here, this thing, when it rained for through the last week and stuff, this thing filled up with water with all that soil and stuff that was in it, and it kind of just bleached it all out. So all of the nutrition was in the water and most of the organic matter. So I poured it into this tub, and it is what I'll be using to water this. But I think it's a pretty good mix now. I'm not gonna worry about, I'm just gonna put it in the pots and get it out there. But I've got to get another strawberry thing. I don't like the way that one did. I don't know if the plants were too far gone or what, but they were not doing well in it. So I ixnayed that experiment, but I'm gonna cut the same one out. I'm gonna cut it out just a trench. So it'll be, I'm gonna do the rest of them probably 2 to 3 inches across the top. That one will be wider, but it's a bigger tube, so I can get away with that. And it's just gonna be a planter, an open top planter. I've got the big giant tube over there, and I've got a stack of them over here. So I'm gonna be making some planters, some feeders, waterers and stuff like that. And I gotta weld up a couple frames for some more feeders. I got a couple people wanting them, so I gotta do that. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do in the shop, but today and tomorrow, yesterday and the day before were planting days, because I always go by the Farmer's Almanac, and they were good planting days. And I've got some stuff that I have to plant today, and I've got some Turkish tobacco, because anybody that's watched the video knows I smoke, and I want to grow my own, because the stuff that they put on those things is, they start off by forcing the farmers to use radioactive fertilizer that's full of toxins, and then they spray them for bugs constantly, and then when they get it, then they dry it and treat it. They soak it in some crap, and then they treat it, and then they dry it again, and they process it out. And these fire safe things that actually flame up and have caused far more fires than any cigarette ever did. But I've got some awesome Turkish tobacco seeds that I actually got a couple of years ago, and I'm pretty sure I can get some of them to come up anyway. Tobacco doesn't really like to grow here, but I think I'm just going to grow a few plants in pots and see if I can get some growing. I don't, I'm gonna study up on it just a little bit more, but I'm gonna go ahead and get the seeds planted probably today. So yeah, that's what I got going on here. But we've got this good soil mix. It's just dried cow patties out of the cow pasture that had no sprays, and it legitimately had no sprays on it. I put it in that little kiddie pool and let it soak. The chickens have steadily, anything pops up out of it, they have steadily tore it up, and there weren't even any bugs in it for like the last 4 or 5 days, just a few here and there. So they did a real good job on that. And then we've got just, not even a quarter of a bag yet. So that much of that. But this is, like I said, this is always a good soil mix. It just needs to be amended, every time you reuse it. And I actually amend it while I'm using it too. I top dress it and stuff. I kind of tend to make my own fertilizers here. I make it out of the weeds and stuff like that. I have a couple of tanks that have a lot of the weeds that we chop down. And there's some specific ones that I put into it too, and I can't think of them right now. But I've got a half a 55-gallon drum doing that, and then I've got that red thing over there that's full of weeds, and that stuff is great fertilizer, man. Your weeds is nature trying to put back into the soil what needs to be put back, or trying to pull something out of it that needs to be taken out. The weeds just tell you what's wrong with your soil. If you study up on that, when you see a specific weed, you'd be like, okay, well, this is trying to do this, or this is trying to do that. So it's nature. It's so much better to work with nature. I mean, these grapevines right here they're loaded with grapes, and this thing got destroyed last year. It's loaded with grapes. It's doing fantastic. I got the little scrawny grapevine over there, and I've got probably 25 or 30 grapevines out front that I'm about to plant. I'm gonna get a couple of these the cattle panels. I've got 2 more over there, and I may end up getting another 1 or 2, but I'm gonna do me a greenhouse out of it. But I'm not going to put plastic on it right yet, and I'm going to kind of cover it with my grapevines so that I have a nice place out in the middle of the yard to grow the shady things that don't need to get baked by the sun but need the sun, because they'll get sunlight all through that until the worst part of the year, and then it'll be a little bit shaded. So I'm going to try that, see how it works. Anyway, yeah, there's the soil mix right there. Y'all have a fantastic day. Much love, everybody. Grow what you love, and you will love what grows. Yeah, that's how that works.